Arkansas versus Utah, second game of the season, man.
Let's check in with our sideline
Let's see
reporter.
if we can bounce back.
Kyle Whittingham went out with a bang at the University of Utah. An 11-2 season, the Utes were a terrific team, just falling short of the college football playoff. But now, under the leadership of true Ute, Morgan Stanley will see if Utah can run it back this season and get into the playoff championship picture. Guys?
Ollie, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. The Utes headed toward the ball, and we're ready for action. He'll bring it out. It's Watkins. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25.
3 interceptions, little AJ. I ain't gonna lie. I had to run with AJ though, because I ain't gonna lie. KJ Jackson on the game.
From the state of Georgia.
68 deep throw.
3 interceptions matched with 3 sacks. The give is to Smith. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27.
It's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like,
last game, we got away from the run.
Fall forward, get that good game, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
The mighty Utah student section alive and bringing the noise on 3rd down. To the air, it's Hill. Rushes on him.
Big boy.
Quarterback slides, and
Yes,
that
sir.
is
First
a
down.
punch to the gut to any defense to let a quarterback get out and move the sticks there. And the Razorbacks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Escapes the pressure to his right. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to him.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder.
We need this.
The football,
we need this.
Man.
Oh! Who's that arm on?
He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line.
Come on now. Big plays. That's what we like. Big plays. Big plays.
The Razorbacks are rolling down the field. Looking to throw on 1st down.
Am I sorry?
Got some room to run.
Am I sorry?
A tough start to the opening drive as the defense
sorry?
comes up with a big play.
And that's something you're always worried about. The first drive, it's a good play by the defense, but you're worried about your freshmen settling in a tough environment on the road, the crowd going bananas. Palmer, he makes the early mistake, and I look forward to watching this kid. How does he respond to some early adversity?
Yeah, he hasn't played in a lot of environments like this throughout his career. There's no question. So this is obviously a major challenge. If I'm the head coach now, I'm pulling him aside and I'm saying, hey, listen, interceptions are going to happen. Let's get that one out of the way now. Let's learn from it. Let's move forward. And as a play caller, you got to help this young quarterback out. Now, you have to run the ball. You got to find him some easy completions to get his confidence back.
To the air on 2nd down. Oh, they're after him.
He didn't.
He gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down.
This is a defense that's going to be aggressive, and they're not going to just sit back and rush 4 guys on that play. They are going to send the blitz. You're getting smaller, faster guys fighting fire with fire. You know this quarterback is athletic, but we've got fast guys too, and that time, that was a great play call defensively.
You running it? Get him! Let's go!
Right at the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down.
Let's go.
It's 4th down.
Let's go. And I'm playing on Hobby, so don't play with me.
And this ought to be a chip shot from about 20 yards out. Right down the boulevard. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And he'll take that first drive. Like, you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here at home something to cheer about in that first drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
Hey, Trey, you can't see the screen. Oh,
Fielded in the end zone. It's Watkins. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. That last promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands.
Everything. This nigga just got the pick.
Trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own net. Using the quick game.
I dang near want to go for it.
Couple of yards short of the first down.
I don't know. Should I go for it?
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Woo! Head knocks it loose. They stop him immediately, flying
Come on,
man! Before he can even get started.
These specialists and these return specialists, they got speed.
What did I say though? Did I say we're gonna get
You
a
better
fumble or
hang on
something?
to the football. I know you want to make big
Hey, you say you
plays,
wanna give
those
us to
splash
it,
plays that can change games, but you better secure the football first.
I really don't like
Tight end
this.
in motion, see how the D reacts. Looking to throw, it's Dampier. Bought a little time, lets it go. It's complete.
Man, I don't like how these receivers are just breaking tackles like they just everybody Jeremiah Smith,
And as soon as
Julio's
the
and
receiver
shit.
caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Quincy.
Looking to throw on first down. Quickly complete. Makes the grab and not
Cut up the
quite
field
enough for
so
the first down, but a good
smooth
gain
like
on
that.
that play.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all...
Look at that leg.
He's free.
Look at that leg.
Ball down, but he
Sorry.
has enough to move the
It's alright.
chains.
It's alright. It's alright.
I like the QB here. Very decisive, understanding.
Alright.
I get the ball to my slot guy, he can make plays after it. Like the quickness, the speed, the elusiveness. You watch it, man. Just he catches the football, and a big play can happen. And you saw after the catch, man, he's got some wheels.
And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. And the Utes in a good spot here with second and short. Back to pass. Quarterback moving. He'll pull it down and run. Slides to the ground. He got away and picked up the first down on a second and long. The Utes will line it up on 1st and 10.
We gotta leave a spot for this dude, boy. He get to just moving around in there.
From the red zone, looking for a man. Escapes the pressure going
Yes,
right.
sir. I got
Excellent
five for you
pursuit
now.
by this defense as he barely
You
gets
wanna
back
run
to the
every
line
time.
of scrimmage.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Headed to the end zone. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. And the Utes trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. Here's Parker. And he charges across the line. Touchdown, Utah!
And the offense gets 7 on that drive. And I tell you what, man, like, they got 3. They got some good momentum going. Continued the momentum, creating some big plays. Palmer, this offense feels like right now, early in this football game, that they're in control, that they know what they want to do, and the defense is reeling a little bit.
Yeah, the defense needs a stop bad the next time they come out.
Don't
They've got to
start
go back.
that,
They've got to get
man.
on the
That's not
iPads.
what
They
we
got to
want.
take a look at what this offense is
Not what
doing
we want, Chad.
to attack them because they do look
Not
like
what we
they're on
want
their
right there.
heels right now. Obviously giving up a
Not
field
what we
goal
want right
early,
there.
but now a touchdown. The next time they take the
Vignette.
field, they absolutely need a stop.
And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. right to the back. It's Smith. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Back to the ground with the running back. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And he slides down and gets just enough to move those chains. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. And the Razorbacks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. He hurls one deep down the left side.
He dropped it!
Slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
What am I
Better
supposed to
find
do?
the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Back to pass, it's Hill. Fires to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle.
Hey.
Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. The Razorbacks come to the line with a fresh set of
Come on,
downs.
play, you better block
Connection
some.
in the passing game. Smith takes the handoff. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
First half turnover can swing momentum. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. An 8-yard pickup on the first down completion, now 2nd and 2. Tight end now in motion. Handoff for Parker. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the first down and get the sticks moving.
They're going to ride this running back. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. We've reached a break. It's Utah holding the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. They'll give it to Parker. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Creates a little space. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
D-tackle. A literal D-tackle.
The Utes look to keep this drive humming. Here's a gift to Parker. They'll knock him down for a loss.
Gotta hook to a field goal.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly out and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw, it's Dampier. Under fire.
Oh!
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. They've already put 1 field goal on the board. This one will need to be well struck from 44 yards out. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. The Arkansas offense heads onto the field. Going with the counter play here. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
That back had nowhere to go. The defensive line ate up the blocks, but how about the linebacker swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Keep it on the ground. Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain.
We'll take that little tension.
Wow, what an impressive looking run. You think back to some of the greatest rushing offenses in the SEC in recent years. Remember that offense that had Darren McFadden and Felix Jones both in the backfield?
Bounce out!
Taking wildcat snaps.
Guys,
nobody could stop them. This dude, I think, could have broken his way into that rotation with his ability. This guy's sick.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
When they've got him looking run, now to pass. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. This is why Rice-Eccles, one of the toughest places to play in all the country. Try to get your 3rd down conversion in the midst of this. To throw, it's Hill. Plucks it out of the air. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down.
Well, I got to give the defense credit on that. 3rd down, they were almost anticipating some throws to the outside. They took it all away, so they forced the quarterback to go into the middle of the field on the drag route where everybody could converge on the receiver and make the tackle short of the 1st down.
They're a couple of yards short of the 1st down, but the offense will stay out there on 4th down. He'll try to...
Ew! He baited me! What's up with this computer, bro? These niggas so cold!
Touchdown, Utes! And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6.
Yeah, how about that, man? 4th down, trying to go make a play, get this offense going, get it sparked, get some points on the board, and that couldn't have gone any worse. They throw the pick, and not only that, they return it all the way back for 6. That offense just shot themselves right in the foot.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. On the move from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. The Razorbacks offense set to begin this drive. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a...
Oh, he's got some space. The 40, the 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Razorbacks. Excellent pass by the back on the option.
This coaching staff was trying to identify playmakers on offense early this year. How about the start of the season this guy has had? Scored in their first game. He scored early in this one. Defenses up to this point don't have any answers for this guy.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, Dave.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFA.
Back to throw. It's Dampier. Takes a hit as he fires. Goes high to pull it in. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. And the Utes will snap it on 1st and 10. The pull and throw off the RPO.
I like the idea on offense. You want to get this guy the football in as many ways as possible. So you throw him the screen quickly. You see if he can make somebody miss. It doesn't work there, but that should not be the last time you run that play.
Going long. He's got it. Touchdown, Utah. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was...
Chat. I gotta start him over. I ain't doing no more restarts, man. When we started, that was terrible. Oh my God. Wait. I just need my 5 receiver sits, man. No, Ohio State got some. Even though we can't pass for nothing. All right, we got the Utes. Razorbacks, Utes. My gosh. See what we do, man. Let's get it!
From Rice Central Stadium in Salt Lake City. Early season momentum at stake here as we have a Week 2 clash here on EA Sports College Football. It's the Arkansas Razorbacks and the Utah Utes. Priest Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe down on the sidelines, and Holly, a little familiarity in this one.
Utah is turning the page with a new head coach, Morgan Scalley, for the first time in decades. Kyle Whittingham was a longtime coach there, built consistent success, back-to-back Rose Bowls, but by his side was Morgan Scalley, and when I interviewed him, he said, my logo has never changed. He's played at Utah, been an assistant coach at Utah, and will now lead the Utes into a new era. Guys, back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup.
We ain't scared, though.
On the option.
Just
searching and working for the right room as he gets it out to the 26. Still down on the field is one of the Utah players. The Utes with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Unloads to the right.
Give me that!
Pulls it in. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive.
Offenses are doing such a great job now with putting so many wide receivers on the field that they get good matchups and they just attack you to make big plays.
Off play action on 1st down. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
It's always interesting to view the good teams, the teams that are ranked versus the teams that aren't ranked. And this defense, man, like, how do they play it today? I love that start, man. Coming out aggressive, flying around, playing like your hair's on fire, getting a sack to start this game, getting a little momentum on their side.
The run from the shotgun.
What is going on?
Chance at the 30.
10. He's not bad either. Can he throw though? He's straight. He's better than our quarterback.
Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished the deal with a 60-yard run to the house. Coming out with it, it's Watkins. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So Arkansas's offense gets to come out for its first possession of the game. And A.J. Hill will be running the show. Freshman prospect from the state of Georgia. A rough day last time out. 3 interceptions matched with 3 sacks. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Got enough for the first. At the 45. There he goes. He's at the 10. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Razorbacks.
And it's the game-breaking speed you see right there. He takes it all the way to the house. It's that speed. That's the reason why a lot of people thought if he had declared for the NFL draft, he would have been playing on Sundays now. There's just not a lot of running backs in college football that can run like this guy.
And it's so nice to have that guy back. Like, to keep that guy on your roster, it's like recruiting the best player in the country, right? You got one of the best backs. To be able to keep that guy on your roster was the big offseason thing. Like, you mentioned the NFL can also transfer, can go make money elsewhere. To keep him on the roster, and he shows you why. This guy is the catalyst, one of the best in the country at his spot.
They really trying to run it with a knee tackle?
No gain on the play.
He look agile a little bit though.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. This is a designed run. And he broke 1 tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run him. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed. And
he's got room. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. And the Utes come to the line with a new set of downs. Lost a throw on first down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
And there's an example of what
you gotta keep that pressure on him, y'all. He can't throw on the run.
Pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Bring in the heat. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So the quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions. He just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
They have too much time, y'all. Give him too much time.
He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
Oh, pressure.
3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And my guy's better than you, and I get you tackling out wide. And I know I trust you. I'm finding you.
Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. DB's right up on the receivers. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll pop
Got them hoes.
Popped behind the line for a loss.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting them to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say, the offensive player. I would say, listen, we're playing a little bit deeper because we're not going to give
beat.
Down.
Good job.
To the short stuff, and obviously
They
it's a
can't
quick,
kick that.
easy
Yeah.
pass
Punt
from the
that.
offense. Rally up,
Punt
make the play,
that.
live to fight another down.
The Utes will line up to punt it away.
Punt
First punt of the day,
that.
and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line.
Yeah.
Dude, how about that? Boom. I mean,
Okay, we got this. Oh.
Just booted that thing halfway across the field, completely flipping the field position and getting it down inside the 10. That is a nice job by that punter.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girder. Maybe some room here. They'll mark
First
them down
down.
at the 17,
Lift her
and that'll be
half.
enough to move the chains. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10.
This gonna work. That's legit. This week gonna work.
Makes the grab in their space. He goes out
little.
of bounds.
He gonna
Right
get
at
better.
the
He gonna get
37-yard
better.
line.
He
A
gonna get
good,
better.
productive play there to get things going. And the Razorbacks peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Got room to work. That's a fumble on the play. He'll be brought down, but he was trying with everything he had to turn that disaster
Don't do
into
me
a
like that.
first
Let me
down.
get
It came
some
up
type
a
of
little
moment.
short. Second down after the offense
We
averted
can lose to a
absolute
top
disaster.
25 team and be one.
Trying to move them on the counter. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Razorbacks kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Dropping back, it's Hill. Quarterback can pull the trigger and down he goes at the 41.
One of the things I love about this defense
We don't
is
like
they're
that
so
check.
versatile in the ways they
I don't
can
like
get
that.
after the quarterback. In their last
I don't
game,
like
they
that
came
one
away
bit.
with 5 sacks, came from all
I don't
over
like
the
that
place.
one
They
bit.
got the win. So you know in this one, they're going to dial up a lot of different looks. It's going to be tough for this offense to try to keep their quarterback standing up straight.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. It'll be third and long. He wants to throw it.
Great.
Trying to set up the screen. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Yeah. Okay.
Look, you want to make the quarterback feel you. You want to get pressure in his face. That was so close.
Okay.
Just a tad late.
They messing with us.
To the air on first down.
They messing with us.
Trying to buy time. Touchdown, Arkansas. You have to wonder what the defense was thinking there. I mean, he just gassed them all by himself.
Hello,
Right,
AJ.
and you think quarterback runs sometimes, but you can't think about it all the time.
Looking like
This
little
direction,
Cam
somebody has
out
to look at
there.
the quarterback and throw
Looking
it.
like a
When
little
you got an
Cam
athlete
out
behind
there,
center
little
that
Cam
can do that,
Newton.
it's just frustrating.
Yeah.
Too many things to try to stop.
And the
Come on,
extra
man.
point is true, and they're on top by 7. Let's see what he can do with the return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Utah offense to get this drive started. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7.
They're gonna start passing it now.
Pressure.
Oh yeah!
And he never had a chance.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing.
How long they starting quarterback out, chat? Let's see. Ooh, out for the season. I don't like that for him. I wish it was just for this game. Out for the season.
Lock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long with players like that getting after him.
I hate it for him. We don't wish that on nobody.
And the Utes now with a long way to
We
go
don't
to
wish
pick
that
up
on
the first
nobody,
down.
man.
Second down, they'll go to the air.
Get that.
Right on the money. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room.
16
and
yards.
The defense makes a big hit and knocks him down.
16 yards.
And that's better protection up front by these guys. You give them a sack to play before, you got to give your quarterback some time. They do. And another thing that I really like, guys, what he did right here, you don't have to take a shot. You don't have to get it all back in one play. Nice job getting it out of your hands.
Yes, sir. That's how you get a stop.
And this defense has forced him into fourth down. The Utes will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and see what he can get.
Come on, bro. He's not fast as him, bro. My boy is a track star.
Yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop.
The whole track star.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. The run inside. It's
trucks on.
Breaks into the open.
Come on, bro.
Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play. And you really can't be called the Hogs if you're not willing to grind it out in the dirt.
Yeah, and I love calling the offensive lineman the hog molly.
Could be an alley.
Hello. Big boy got a little spin move. Spin move.
The 43-yard line.
Hey, coaches talk about it all the time, man. We want to run the football, get in manageable third down situations with it. You don't have to worry about that. If you can just hand it to this guy, and he gets you a first down, and he gets you another first down, the ground game is really working. This offense has got it flowing.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking downfield, it's Hill. Trying to make magic on the scramble.
All right. They like to fumble out there, little stupid little players.
We reach the break. Arkansas has the lead. Let's take a look at the numbers through the first quarter.
We can switch it up a little bit, do a little play action on that first down. What you gonna do? Last got some speed on him too.
Now the play fake. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Smith. An explosive play.
We just can't get away from the run. We can't get away from the run, man.
Following that run,
that's
we
how
have
we
a
gonna
player who
win.
is shaken up. And the
That's how we
Razorbacks
gonna
will
win.
snap it on 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. After losing a couple of yards, it's now 2nd and 12 as they try to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. It's complete. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
A really nice job by the quarterback. Putting some extra heat on that throw. As a defensive back, I'm going to drive to that cone. Try to get there really quick to try to break up the pass.
You know? You know?
They make the stop at the
You
two,
know?
but he's got enough to give them a
You
first
know?
and goal. The Razorbacks, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line.
We just got to bounce back.
On the doorstep. He's got
We
it
gotta
down
bounce
to the
back.
1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
That sounds crazy.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
Tries again to get it in. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been
He's
rare in this
staying
one.
injured.
Still down on the field is one of the Utah players. And it's their freshman defensive back who's down on the play, and Holly Rowe will keep us up to date on his condition.
Run the mesh.
On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Scanning the field, it's Hill. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
And look at the quarterback, look at the players on offense. They're over looking at the sidelines, begging to stay on the field and try and score this touchdown. They've been on the field for so many plays, for so long. When you've done all that work, you want to capitalize and you want to score a touchdown. You don't want to be kicking a field goal at this point.
zone. Touchdown, Arkansas.
I ain't know what was going on. The play
Nice
really
drive,
was
nice
whole
touchdown.
different.
I love
I
this
ain't gonna lie, I thought it was a
offense's
pass,
response to
but it was
what
like a
happened a
fake.
week ago. Listen, we're
Cute
0-1, so be it. Let's put the foot on the gas. Let's
I'll
move
take it,
forward,
though.
get better, and they have in game 2 so
I got
far.
a replay. Ooh, we got 2 of them.
On to attempt the try.
We learned our lesson from the last game. We not doing
And
no
the
key
extra
moment.
point pushes the lead to 14. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Looking for blockers. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. So the Utes are ready to begin this drive on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick.
Stop.
You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Here's a quick throw out to the left.
Yes, sir.
And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. And the Utes want to pick up the tempo. Again, it's Wayshawn Parker.
Ooh, truck my boy. Hold on now.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. The first down for the offense. They'll ride the hot hand. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. A lot of urgency for this offense.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call the play, ready to go fast.
He'll keep it on 2nd
Yeah.
down.
Oh,
Really
you got
good
fun with
effort
that.
on that one to work his way up to the 42. Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Turning it on. Quarterback slides, and he's got enough for the first down.
And, man, that's impressive because I feel like this QB, he knew it, Reese. Like, he knew exactly where he needed to get to. He drops back. He wants to pass the football, but he's like, I got plenty of space to get the first down with a little extra, makes that decision, and gets the first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a pretty good team.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Utes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He's got his man.
Bro, they really
And
got
he'll be
these
brought
tackles
down.
these packages, man.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch. And he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
They'll go to work in the air on second down.
Yeah.
Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
The field goal is no good. Guys, a missed field goal and nothing changes. Still a 14-point game.
And sometimes I just feel like
this is how we want to
just
start the
go for it
game.
every time.
This is how we want to start the game.
Field goal, miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but we have some points off the scoreboard there.
Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. Looking to throw, it's Hill. Makes the catch. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
Well,
Elite
it's a
bowling,
new
bro.
era for Arkansas now. Ryan Silverfield comes in as the head coach. Taylor Green, who had been a big playmaker at quarterback for the last couple of years, he's now gone as well. So I think this is an offense, Dave, that's
These
going to
boys
be
catching
trying to
stuff
find its
today.
identity early, and obviously the quarterback spot's going to be critical.
It's going to be critical, and here's the thing that you know about Silverfield when he was at Memphis. Like, they played fast. They had great offenses. How can they bring that now to Arkansas in the SEC against great defenses? He brings his OC with him over from Memphis. The offense is going to be a fun watch, and that's why Silverfield was brought here, because of his great background.
And at the end of the play, it looks as if there's an injured Razorback on the field. That is the senior running back who's slow to get up. Holly will keep an eye on things on the sideline for us. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to pass. Under fire. Oh, what a move. Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play. And it'll be a first down.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, and keep this drive rolling.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. They go right back to it. Here's
Give me one block.
There. He's all the way down to the 3.
Rush.
And the Razorbacks moving quickly to the
line. Where is that play? I can't find that play.
This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. They'll dial up the run on first.
He ain't trucking nothing.
Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at second and goal.
I think it would be great if this offense leaned on the run game more in the red zone. Leaned on their back, man. Give it to him. Let him do his thing. He hadn't even gotten the end zone yet this season, so love to...
And he'll take it in, and...
This is how you want to start the game!
Razorbacks.
Yep.
Ready to try the point after.
I kind of want to...
And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. They put together a 65-yard drive for the score. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss.
They not coming. I ain't blowing this lead.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Johnson.
He'll
be stopped short of the
in there.
yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19.
In there now.
The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here. Cut
They're
into
running
this
it.
deficit. Create a
Give me that
little
leg.
momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Pass completion, move the sticks, and let's see if they try it again.
That's a great sign for this offense. Man, everything's been difficult.
Give me that! Ooh!
What a play!
Ooh!
Trying to take it
Ooh!
back.
When you
Let's get another one.
as a safety,
Let's get another one.
You can see it. They see the route.
Let's get another one.
Make big hits and big plays. This time, he gets the big INT.
That's how you bounce back off
Back
of
to pass,
L.
it's Hill. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Complete.
Hold on, Chris.
That one
Hold
takes
on,
it down
Chris.
to the 13-yard line.
We're gonna chip away.
Operating in the
We gotta
red
chip
zone
away
here
with
on
this.
second down.
I'm looking at you.
Looking to fire.
I'm looking at you.
Got his man.
I'm telling you, I'm
Gets it
looking at you,
inside
bro.
the 5, down to the
I'm
4,
looking
and
at
it'll
you,
be
brother.
First and goal. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime.
They out of position.
They'll use the running game.
Get off
first
me,
and goal.
bro.
And he breaks the play. Touchdown.
That's what I'm. Man, this is how we supposed to start matches off. But we can start all the matches off like this. We gon' win every time,
We've seen
man.
so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
Oh,
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he tacks on the extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long.
I don't like Quincy not doing it.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. A little screen to the running back. He'll go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and deep in your own end, you need plays like that.
And that's a big play for this offense, and they need to get going. They've built themselves a deficit. They need points on this drive, or else, guys, the second half, we're going to be telling old war stories, right? Like back in my day, and Jesse did this, and I did that. So, I mean, come on, offense. Let's put this together. Let's keep this game competitive.
Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Here's the
Get him!
pressure. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left. Just enough time for one final play of the half. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. He can haul it in. Incomplete. They took a shot, and that's how we'll wrap up the half. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity.
Great half. Great
Great
half.
College football studio update.
Great half.
He'll start the return inside his 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the 3rd. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. Keeps it himself. Still on his feet at the 35. He hits the slide, and he's got enough to convert that 3rd down.
That's what I like.
Razorbacks with the 1st and 10.
That's what I like.
Now on the counter.
This defense
is right there as soon as he got the ball. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll go right back to him. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. Now facing a 3rd and long. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. The Razorbacks will bring the punt team onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. The option look. The keeper on the option. And they'll stop him for a minimal pickup.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback, somebody has to have the pitch, and most importantly, when you get there, you got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
Runs through the tackle. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country.
But we shut down.
Get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to.
Pressure gets there. And down it goes at the 8.
They're smelling the water. Of course, they've already knocked the starting quarterback out of this game, and now with the backup in, they're bringing more pressure. It almost looks like they're more excited to get after him. This is just a very excited, very emotional defense right now.
He'll try to field the putt and see if he can give his offense better field position. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. The toss to the outside. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Looking for a man. It's Hill. That's caught. It's Marshall. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
Marshall, he gonna show some folks.
There are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter, but when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out, and that's exactly what they're doing now.
Quick release by the QB. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Yeah, we didn't take the fight out of these boys.
Threatening in the red zone.
We took the fight out of these boys.
They'll run it. It's Russell. Got a little grass.
You got a truck.
They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down.
Got a truck zone.
Arkansas. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And this offense looking more and more like themselves. This is what we're accustomed to seeing.
This is how you bounce
back. 0-1 to start the season. Kind of had some.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
I was up a ton of points. And this one's 1-1 is here for this team.
You know, we can
bring
start
it
off
up.
slow.
Johnson.
We just bounce back and see.
Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second guessing that return.
We gotta see what we do.
Here comes the Utah offense to get this drive started. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Hunted away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. They'll start on the ground with Wayshawn Parker. There he goes. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15.
We up, man. Keep on this. Keep on this. Keep on this.
A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on fourth down. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. So the offense inches it a little closer with the help of half the distance to the goal penalty. A fourth quarter field goal down by this much, that's a lot like putting... And he's in! Plenty of options here, down right around midfield. Looking to pass, it's Hill. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And he will down Arkansas.
Offense busting.
And this always is the debate of where you fall.
Offense
It's
busting.
stop me or I should get conservative because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently
Okay. I like to see.
With yet another unranked
Yup.
taking down a ranked opponent. Does the portal help level this out a little bit where it's really difficult to know which team should be ranked in the first place?
I think the portal certainly helps. At the end of the day, though, they just wanted it more today, and that win is going to help recruiting. It's going to help their confidence moving forward. I know this, David. Every team on the rest of their schedule, they're now taking account notice of this team.
And I completely agree. Like you start to build momentum, and then momentum helps you find more guys in the portal. It helps high school recruiting. So big ranked wins today. Who knows? Maybe this gets them in the rankings in the near future.
That's going to do it for us.
So scared. So scared, boys. I don't know, maybe run boy. I'm try though. gonna try to run them, but got the top 25 in. Hey. AD. Nah, don't want to go down and do it again. Might be legal. Might want to come in at Tennessee game. Think he's wrong. Yeah, he is. Alright, look at Georgia home too. Zoo. What is this? Okay, that's it. Sorry, chat. Hey. Yeah, Yeah, accelerate the clock on. Yeah, it's clear. trying to play these long games. Why you trying to play these long games, man? Number 3. Can y'all think Arkansas versus Georgia, man? Y'all think we can pull it off? Y'all think we can pull it off? We're gonna need it for these boys. Woo! I'm scared. I'm scared. Come on, strike out. Strike out. Let's do it. I'm hungry, Chad. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta get something to eat, man.
A live look at D.W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium. EA Sports college football coverage continues on this Saturday with a mid-afternoon clash. It ought to be a sensational game. And the Razorbacks ready to put Tulsa.
Pull out upset.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So Georgia's offense will have the first crack at it in this one. And we get our first look at Gunnar Stockton. Right on target last time out, completing better than 70% and a 300-yard day. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Running inside, it's Phillips. Solid gain to get him out close to the 20. Pick up a 5 to the 19. The Bulldogs can really attack on this second and short. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Maybe a crease. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
And man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You've got to love this running back. And he just finds a way to make those plays like he just did, setting the tone. And Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second so they realize how fast, how powerful, how good you are.
Yeah, and the defense said all the right things leading up to this game. We're focused on stopping the run.
Snags it, and there's running room. A likely touchdown-saving tackle, but the catch and run takes it down to the 7.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver. They can do that. They can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
Running the red zone.
He's not tricking the tackle.
To run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time.
This is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Wants to throw. It's Stockton. Back's got it. Touchdown, Georgia. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. They get set for the point after. We have the first score of the game. I can't imagine that going any better.
What a great start for this offense. Opening drive, come out, have success. You know, most offensive coordinators script their first 5 to 10 plays. Looks like that's going to work pretty well.
He'll bring it out. It's Watkins. Tackled and brought down at the 6-yard line after the return. Arkansas's offense is will go for the first time in this one. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the back from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw him in so many different ways he can hurt you, and he can be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing, tackling, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible, because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him. What a challenge this defense faces today.
A 3rd and short coming from their own 20-yard line. Firing to the right, complete. And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field and score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big 3rd down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. Really helps the play calling when you get 8 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 2.
Let's try it out.
Running to Green. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down. The Razorbacks are moving quickly down the field. They'll give it to him again. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, conference play. It means a lot every single week.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Makes the catch, it's Hawkins. They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the 1st down. And the Razorbacks move the work after moving the chains through the air.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
To the air, it's Hill. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. They've methodically worked it down the field. This the 11th play of the drive, but the defense can get off the field now. Safe completion on the screen. Thought they had something set up there, but he'll be stopped just short, and it'll be 4th down.
On a big 3rd down, love the discipline by the defense there. You got everybody with their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the football, showing good speed on D. Nice tackle. Love the team defense.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. They'll move the wide receiver.
Ooh. Can't make no mistakes either.
Taking it the other way.
Give me one. Give me one.
Down the Razorbacks. The defense putting points on the board. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception, everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
Like that.
He'll bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff
Like
coverage.
that.
He'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there.
These are the plays they got, bro. These are so good.
And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
They so
The
big,
Dogs
though.
come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Outside.
Give me that!
He lets it go. He's got it. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the officials spy that face mask penalty, and the offense gets a first down. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. The run inside. It's Phillips.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Get that.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Man, what a great play by that cornerback. There's so much space out here in football, the way they spread you out, but to be able to break on the football when it's thrown and those quick passes like that, nice job by the cornerback.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise.
How about it? 50 plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Smith. Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26. 6-yard pickup on first down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4. They'll go right back to him. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the first down.
If we can run
In the days when they ran the outside, Arkansas has always been built around the ground game.
Yeah, it makes Jerry Jones happy, huh? Noted Arkansas fan, always talking.
There's some room. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. The Razorbacks will have it 1st and 10. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Dropping back, it's Hill. Throws to the wideout.
Glad he knocked it away.
The defense got a hand on it.
Yeah, nice job by the defender. Zone coverage, I read the quarterback's eyes. I could tell exactly where he was throwing the football, break on the football, see the in-breaking route by the receiver, break on it, go get a hand on it, force the incompletion.
Send the tight end in motion. Off the play fake. Moving out to the right. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down. And the Razorbacks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. That last connection in the passing game. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On target over the middle. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal. They'll try to
Hey!
Touchdown, Razorbacks! Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. At the end of quarter one, let's check out the start for both of these quarterbacks. And he's coming out of the end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Bulldogs offense is on the field and ready to get this drive cranked up. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out, and they get to the quarterback and down back into 16.
Well, the problem with the play action is that it forces the QB to hold on to the ball just a little bit longer to allow some of these plays to develop. And, of course, that gives this defense longer to get after.
They'll move the tight end. Looking for a man. It's Stockton.
Come on, Q.
Breaking down. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8-ball right now on this drive. Sack first.
I don't think they can play from behind, yeah.
So third and California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Got his man on the right. That's not quite going to be enough to stop him 4 yards.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. The punt team. The punter's going to get his first work of the afternoon.
Yes, sir. Let's take it back.
Fields the punt and looking for daylight. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. The Arkansas offense heads onto the field. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get it at the 21.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in a rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football over.
On third and long, he's gonna have to turn one loose downfield. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. The Razorbacks will call on their punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He's got great speed.
Don't do that!
The defense. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. They'll run play action.
Got him. Got him. Got him.
Slung down back at the 43.
They did a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Flips it out to the back. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down. Georgia lining up to punt it away.
Damn.
And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. The Razorbacks offense set to begin this drive. Running inside, it's Smith. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
Let's see if sneak
To the air, it's Hill. It's complete to the right. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. And the Razorbacks have it with a 1st and 10.
Cheating up. You better scoot your ass back. We still gonna throw it.
Wants to throw it again, and why not?
We still gonna throw it!
Goes high to put it in. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the 1st down.
He got it!
That's the way you get things going. A huge play, and now attacking from just inside the red zone. Going to the run, it's Smith. Drives into the defense, and they get him down after a pickup of 3 to the 16. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Rides to the back. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. He'll throw on 3rd down. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Despite failing earlier on 4th down, they will try again here. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down.
There you go.
Converts on 4th down, still going. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice to keep this drive going. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless running gets it down to the 4.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or 2.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
This is the most important part of the field. What you did to get down here means nothing. Nice job by this defense, staying confident, staying aggressive, and forcing the 3rd down and goal.
We need this!
And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Arkansas.
3rd and goal. You're going to turn around and just give it to this guy who just has a nose for the end zone. He's able to find the crease and pay it off.
Upset Georgia.
And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. So it's an 80-yard drive.
What?
They finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2.
We get all the girls. We throwing a frat party. What?
And he's going to try to return this
What?
one. I know he thinks he can house every return.
We
but
beat
sometimes
Georgia?
he just have to take a knee as he stopped it.
What?
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17. We reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for
Not
them.
used to playing from behind,
Working
man.
well behind the sticks on 2nd down.
Not used to it.
Motion from the wide receiver. They'll go to the counter play. He's been
Get that leg!
bulldozes his way through. Finding some room. The 30. Running inside the 20. Touchdown.
I guess I can't expect it down there.
He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. They'll try it on the ground, running the counter.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Breaks into the open. And he to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Turn up. You deserve it.
Quarterback on that last
You deserve it the way you playing, bro. Turn up.
in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, get through his progression. So as soon as he feels a little to take off and run, he's going to take it. And a really nice job that time, showing off the athleticism and picking up the first down.
Good catch!
Grabbed at the 30-yard line. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as his offense in business. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Not many hiccups on this drive, but it's 2nd and 13 now. To the air, it's Hill.
Sir.
Pulls it in, it's Brown. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. He'll try to do it.
No!
Complete to the right. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see.
I'm late. I should have been through it, though. I should have been through it.
Just when they thought they had the big play, the penalty wipes it out. And here comes the field goal unit. And they weren't able to get him in the middle of the field, so now a 49-yarder from Light Hash. No,
we can't let them go.
Good. Guys, after the miss, still up by 4. Just over 30 seconds to play here in the first half as they take over 1st and 10. Got it set up on the outside. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Oh, he makes the catch. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. One more snap coming before Juice boxes and orange slices. Gets rid of it. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
Well, here's an interesting situation after that incompletion for the offense all of a sudden, because you've had...
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long.
I don't know. They're doing some crazy stuff on here,
man. Pick up the first down. Fires to the wideout.
Yeah.
Intercepted on the first half. Turnover can swing momentum. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors and our playoff update.
Men, thanks. A busy day, so let's waste no time and get you updated on Week 3 action around college football. We begin with New Mexico taking on the number 7 team, the Oklahoma Sooners.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. What do you got on the sideline, Holly?
Coach Ryan Silverfield told me coming out of the locker room at the half. One of the things he said, he is really pleased with how they have started the first half in this tough conference opener. As you know, the SEC is a gauntlet, but he thinks his team set the tone. He said that was a great start, but we can be even better. They cannot take their foot off the gas here to start the 3rd quarter.
Holly, thank you. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down, but hold everything. There is a
Roughing the passer?
See what that's about.
Yes, sir.
Late hit. Moves the ball up 15 yards. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot. This is negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Hill. Throwing right. And the deflection on 3rd down. How big is that? Forces a 4th down. The Razorbacks send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. All the way back to the 15. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32.
Ooh.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Give him 9 on that one, sets up a 2nd and 1.
Got to do some weird stuff.
And the Bulldogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll run it from the gun. There's a crease.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
The offense sets up shop at 36 on 1st down. The play action fake. Zings it complete to the right. Across the 25, he's got room. Runs it all the way down, almost to the 10. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 12. Georgia ready to dive it up on another 1st down. The give on the counter. Touchdown, Bulldogs. They take the lead here in the 2nd half. What a game he's had. 3rd touchdown this one and 5 on the season. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal.
He ain't scared of no fight.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner is stopped. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They weren't able to move it on their last possession, ended up punting it away, but now in a tight game, another opportunity for this offense. Here comes the heat. Running to his left. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. They go to the draw. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The run inside. It's Smith. Turning it on. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down. Offense in a bunch formation. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Stop just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Off play action. Now rolling to the left. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
He will knock out, block out,
man. Can move the chains after that incompletion. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. That'll be enough for the 1st down. It's down at the 31-yard line. And the Razorbacks pounded the rock to move the sticks now back to work. Looking downfield, it's Hill. Drive with a turnover. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
Yeah, good thing going. Can't make no mistakes.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. So now it's 2nd and long. He's got it again.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Swings it out to the flat. And they'll stop him about 5 yards.
Good stop.
First.
You like right
sends
there.
out the punt team. He makes the catch at the 10. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. So the offense will go for it around midfield. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And that decision will be questioned for a while. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Nice first down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run or hide. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a 2nd down and long situation.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Phillips.
Keep it going, man.
And he's able to shed one tackle, but still, just a very short gain. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Fires to the big fella. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. Here comes the
come on.
Take the 3. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. They double their lead up to 6.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. Back to throw, it's Hill. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And that will be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming.
And that's an incompletion, and really poor accuracy by the quarterback there. When you're throwing the ball down the field, you don't need to make it perfect, but you do got to put it somewhere around your receiver. You got to give him an opportunity to go up and make a play for him.
Makes the grab over the middle.
We'll take 5.
Looking for that 1st down on 3rd and short from the 28. Wide receiver going in motion. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. Working that left side now. Great, they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The Razorbacks getting set on 1st and 10. They go to the counter. He's going to lose a yard on that one. They tried to run the counter, but absolutely nothing doing.
And those counter plays take a little longer to develop sometimes. You're usually pulling 1 or 2 guys, and that penetration.
Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed.
That's interference, bro. That's interference, bro. Thank you.
And the pass interference penalty is costly, wiping out the turnover. They have a 1st down at the 41-yard line. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. It's complete on the inside. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. Headed into the final game. Both of these backs strong so far and looking to be able to finish. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. Wants to adjust the pattern. Back to throw, it's Hill. Got his man. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision to make.
Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive.
That's what we need.
They've got a first down here. What a start it's been to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, fourth quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Might have a chance. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line. And the Razorbacks are in the hurry-up.
They're not ready.
They'll run it on first down. Arkansas. And they add 6 more in the morning with that trip to the house.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell.
Oh, yeah, we can beat these dudes.
And that extra point was good, and now they have the lead in the fourth. So they marched the ball 41 yards on that drive. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. Looks like he's going to try to return it. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Here comes the Georgia offense, ready to go on the attack. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire.
Winning first down is such a big deal on defense, like getting them into more predictable situations, more passing situations. Nice job not giving up a lot of run after contact on that first down.
Trying play action. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Play action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. To the air, it's Stockton. Firing to the right, complete.
Get him!
Works his way to the 18-yard line. Not enough for the first down. They'll be facing 4th down. Georgia lining up to punt it away.
Gotta capitalize. We gotta capitalize on this.
On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Working the sidelines, Holly Rowe. What do you have, Holly?
Down here on the Razorback sideline, there is a lot of excitement because this offense is overthrowing a much higher-ranked team defensively. They know they've got an opportunity in this game with the lead and the ball, but they have got to play clean football right now. Right before they huddled up to take the field, the coaches are yelling, execute, execute. We'll see.
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
And defensive coaches talk about it all the time, winning first down. And what that does for a defense, they win first down, they force 2nd and long, they're ready for it. Nice job rushing the passer, getting the sack, and now putting them in an even more predictable situation, 3rd and forever. Great job by this defense.
That's a big one,
He
man.
took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the ball. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Here on the Georgia sideline, I can see a developing situation with their quarterback and the coaches. Their QB has struggled here today with the turnovers, and there's a lot of conversation. They're showing him those mistakes on the field to see what he's missing. They want to get some confidence built back up in this quarterback, but right now he's shaking his head like, I've got this, I've got this. We'll see if he really does here to take the field. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Running inside, it's Phillips. Maybe some room here. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
And he finally breaks when they get rewarded. They've been trying to run the football, Palmer, but just haven't had success all day.
Yeah, and the staff never gave up on him, too, right? They kept giving him opportunities, and maybe that's the run that starts to open things up here later in this game for this guy.
And after that last one, perhaps the emphasis should be on forward pass on second down. Looking to throw at Stockton. Fires to the middle. Makes a connection. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Already in prime field goal position, but they would love to score a touchdown to take the lead. He'll pull it on the read. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And he grabbed the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
And that's a really nice physical run. This is a team that prides themselves on the ability to establish a line of scrimmage. And here we are in the 4th quarter, late in the game.
It's on us. It's on us.
No-nonsense run. Great push by the offensive line, taking the lead with that touchdown.
And he's going to bring it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Arkansas offense heads onto the field. So they just gave up the lead on that last touchdown drive. Now to put something together to go back on top late. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Grabbed in the middle. It's Hawkins. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
That's caught. It's Brown.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
The Razorbacks can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. This is as big a play as we've had in this game. 3rd down and 3. Back to pass. It's Hill. Throws to the wideout. Got his man to the left. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40. And the Razorbacks are moving quickly down the field. Catch in the middle. It's Brown. He's brought down quickly. By the gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get 2 bodies, forcing the quarterback to have
good catch!
They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
And they've trusted their QB to throw the football. And he's going to have to make plays. He's made plays throughout the day. This is now when you come up clutch in a big moment when your team needs it. If that's any indication, I like what I'm seeing.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the... Razorbacks, they've got the lead here in the 4th. The Razorbacks answer with a score of their own.
This is an offense that has so much confidence. They believe they're able to win the game when it matters the most. They've got the playmakers to do it. You saw it on that last touchdown. Now taking the lead with less than 2 minutes to go.
Hey!
Hey! So the 2-point conversion is good, and now they're up by a few. So it's an 80-yard drive, and he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. He'll bring it back from inside his 5.
Knock his block off. Knock his block off.
And the return.
90 yards. We got 90 yards. We can't do this. We suck. We sorry.
They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. They'll run it from the gun. It'll be a gain of 6, sets up 2nd and 4. The Bulldogs using their first timeout. And now what will they come up with on this 2nd down play? Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. The run inside. Crosses the 30. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 37. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off.
Thinking about using a timeout right here after that run play. And listen, I get you're trying to keep the defense off guard, but you're losing this game. You've got to throw the football. Now is the time.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And it slips through his fingers incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Looking to throw, it's Stockton.
Get him! Get him! Get him! Yes, yes, yes!
Timeout on the field, and that's the 2nd call by Georgia. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it down.
Get him!
Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
And every defensive coordinator in the country will tell you, you want to get them to 3rd and long, obvious passing situations. Because they won 2nd down and they got that big sack, they put them into predictable 3rd down. They win and probably force the punt here.
He wants a big play here late.
Give me that.
And he throws
Game
it.
over.
Pick of the day.
Come on now. On Heisman. On Heisman.
Football is secure.
Yeah.
Wins the game as the defense
Yeah.
in the clutch.
And how about the defense coming up with a big play late in this football game? Offense trying to put something together, but man, they anticipated pass. They played with great vision.
First year?
Broke on the
First year? We upset Georgia?
Yeah, they had the lead. They knew the offense was probably going to have to be throwing the football.
One could only
trying to get
dream.
back in this thing, and
One
everybody's
could only
eyes on the
dream.
QB.
Not Chad, it'll be crazy though. What if the Razorbacks really beat Georgia?
Catch the ball, pick it off,
That'd be
and
wow.
And how
That'd
about
be
the
wild.
work up front by that big defensive line? Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the
I said we was gonna rebuild the Razorbacks, man.
well-prepared team. So how much
We
did
started
the
off
play
slow
factor in this
to
upset?
the
This
L
is what
first
makes college
match.
football so great. The home crowd and
good,
how they were
though.
able to impact this game. No doubt
good,
about
though.
it, David. They played a big factor.
Good though.
And they're still jacked up, and they're still excited. They play a big factor, and it affects everything. College football, road atmospheres, they're tough. Even when the team isn't ranked like they weren't today, these are the types of moments they can jump up and bite you.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.
It was looking ugly. It was looking ugly. It was looking ugly before at first week 1. After week 1, it was looking ugly, y'all. We shaking back. We shaking back. We just shook back. Arguably the best team on our schedule. We beat them. Close. We did. Top stories. What's the top stories, man? Oklahoma beat Michigan. They don't need schedule this shit? Oklahoma put some people on there, man. Alone against the miss already. Be a hog, man. Yeah. 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 Tell her. Catch your boy. Yeah, you might be something. You might be something. But that's what's up, chat. That's all, man. I'm playing tomorrow. I'm keep pumping these videos out. I'm gonna let y'all eat this last video up. Like, I need like 100 likes, man. That's really good. But yeah.